Another ShiftedToYou.com exclusive.
Hi, this is Dennis from ShiftedToYou.com. I'm here with Greg from The Art of Dying. So Greg, growing up, what bands did you listen to and what inspired you to be a famous musician?
Well, I'd have to say Alice in Chains is probably my top favorite band, and Led Zeppelin as well. Those two bands have the biggest inspiration of me personally.
Okay, and as a guitar player, what guitar player in your time growing up actually had, said, hey, I want to be a guitar player like that guy?
What moment it was?
What guitar player, what famous musician that plays guitar?
Well, definitely Jimmy Page and Jerry Cantrell, those two guys.
Jimmy Page, these guys rock. And what is your most memorable moment on tour as a member of the band?
Recently, actually, we got to open up for Alice in Chains in Winnipeg, and it was like a huge highlight for me. It was awesome. Very, very cool.
And your performance on stage today was very awesome. How do you like the tour so far? What do you look forward to doing in the tour as it progresses?
Well, it was the first show, so we're just getting our feet wet right now with the whole thing. It's been a pretty crazy day. Like I think for everybody involved in the Uproar tour, it's just like everybody's just trying to figure out how it's all going to work and stuff.
Yeah,
but so far it's been really good. We played a couple shows for the past 2 weeks. We've been out playing a bunch of shows, getting ready for the Uproar tour, and it's a different thing when you come and actually start a tour like this. An Uproar tour with 9 bands and they're all going, traveling together. It's a different thing altogether. So we're just figuring it out.
All right. And what city are you looking forward to visiting the most on this tour that you've visited before, and why?
That I did visit before? Or?
Yeah, that you visited before.
Oh, okay. It's a question because a lot of the places that we're hitting, we haven't been before.
Okay.
A lot of these places. We were on the Avalanche tour before, and we hit a bunch of places, but most of the places that we are going to, we haven't been before. However, we're going to some Canadian dates that we are excited about because we haven't been there for a while, and we're Canadian, so we have lots of friends and family.
You go back to the homeland.
Yeah.
So I guess that's always good.
Yeah.
And what was it like on the Avalanche tour, touring with bands like Stone Sour?
Well, I'm wearing the T-shirt, so I'm a pretty big fan now.
Yeah, Corey Taylor is definitely...
He's, I love watching those guys every night. It's awesome. They've got such great songs.
Yeah, Corey Taylor's a character.
And they're really nice guys, too. Really nice.
And how would you describe Art of Dying to people who've never heard you before?
You know what, Art? If you haven't seen us before, I'm hoping that you find something in there that means something to you. Our songs have some sort of personal meaning, which seems to be connecting with a lot of people in terms of the lyrical content and just the way the music hits people. I think that's what I would have to say to somebody who's never had any experience with this at all. It's just like, check it out and see if it has some sort of personal touch.
And how does your new album differ from the previous one in regards to sound and intensity? And what new ideas and techniques have you utilized on your most recent album that you haven't on the previous one?
So hold on, what was the first part of the question?
Okay. How does your new album differ from the previous one in regards to sound and intensity?
Okay, so let me answer that one first.
Okay.
It differs. I think it's just like different people that you work with. On the first record, it was independent. The guys that worked on there were absolutely fantastic guys. Really knew their stuff and kind of taught us how we should be recording of records. And then we went down and recorded our first debut with Intoxication Records and one of others. We just knew what we had to do, and it was a different team, and they just had a much different availability of amps, all these different amps and guitars and stuff like that. It was just really cool, like, to be able to do that. So I think just the way
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
You know, but our first record, you know, for the budget that we did it, I think it sounds awesome. People really like it. A lot of people come to me and say that record's really raw, you know. You get that.
That's great, that's great. And what is your favorite on-tour activity to keep you occupied when you're not playing?
My activity on tour?
Yeah, what's your favorite thing to
Probably
do?
this.
Drink beer? Drink beer. And what is it like eating, trying to stay healthy on tour? Like what do you like to eat?
Well, it's all about, you know, like trying to really make sure that you don't eat really fat stuff that's gonna make you fucking fat after a while. So, I mean, I'm trying to be really conscious of that because when you go on these tours, there's catering, so it's just like a big buffet table. You can have as much as you want. But if you eat as much as you want to, you're gonna get fat. So it's just a real balance of like knowing what you really need to get you through the day and stopping there, basically.
And your funniest moment on tour? What's the funniest moment that you've had so far, on stage or off stage, overall?
That's tough to say. Like, you know, there's always tons of funny moments, and I'd have to really dig deep to remember what the really funny ones
like
are.
getting hit with a guitar, like the lead singer comes
I
out.
don't know if
you
that's
do
too
a
funny.
spin.
No, I haven't actually. You know, nobody's actually collided like that. But we're always joking. We're always having lots of fun. So that's why it's really hard to come up with the right one because it's just like it's always funny. You know, I'd have to say one time we were in Ottawa, I think, Disturbed, and Jeffy's a real character in the band, our drummer, and we were backstage at a Disturbed show, and he was just really making it, like, really putting on a funny show, and everybody was cracking up. It's hilarious.
That's always good. And as the closing question, what do you have as your motivation to stay a musician? What do you think was your biggest motivation in becoming famous?
You know, I've you know, been playing guitar since I was a kid, and to be able to make a living at it and just go and play for people all over the world that's motivation enough. You know, but it's just like you get to do what you love every day.
So you got sets of fans and doing what you love.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, that's it. This is Dennis with shiftedtoyou.com. I've interviewed Art of Dying. I'd like to thank you, Greg.